And I'm at Monadh Mor today, Bogwood, just out between sort of Dingwall and Tor. And the object is I'm going to walk through the woods, I'm going to find a spot, I've got my dinner in my backpack and I'm going to cook dinner. There's only there snuffing to see if there's any blueberries on the bush. You've become quite adept at harvesting them. Annie, what's this? What's that? I don't know if you can see that there. I'll link in, I have got a better video of her harvesting them, which I'll probably put in this. But there we go, look at that. Can't get fresher than that. I'm just coming through the trees. Mr. Lock. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to find a spot and cook. See how grungy it is underfoot and under bottom. Bit squelchy. I'll go back up and find somewhere. That's my location. Not really anything solid, so I'm going to go back, find some solid ground and set my gear up, and I'll come back. So I'll move position on this so you can see it better when I start cooking. Annie, get away. But what I have got is I've got some potato. That's been pre-cooked. I've got some dog food for the dog. That can be sorted out later. I've got some stock, I've got a bunch of veggies and herbs in there, and I've got some corn pieces, and yeah, alright, oil, and I have got the Trangia. So I'm going to get things set up and I'll find a better camera angle and I'll get into it. Everybody knows what a Trangia system is by now. If you don't, then what rock have you been hiding under? I've got a recent acquisition to mine, which is I've got the disc, which acts as a chopping board and a drainer. And I said I pre-cooked the potatoes, which was a bit daft of me, but I didn't know whether I was coming out or not yet until I decided. So that's the disc. I will chop the food up in a minute. In the meantime, I've got the kettle. I will set things up just here and sort out. I've got mess, right. Put a little bit more in. A little bit of water in there as well, which should reduce the sooting. And increase the boil time of what I've got. Mine's an older system, so it doesn't have the, what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use one of these saucepans. So that's that set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you around here while I chop the veg. I'm going to light it in a minute when the veg is chopped. So I'm putting the disc man on there, that way. Anything in particular? Right. First thing I'm going to do is chop my onion. That'll do on that. So I just want them roughly chopped. I'm not making a dice or anything like that. So they will go on first. So now they're chopped. What I will do is I will as you can see there, we are alight. And that can go on there a little bit. Of oil to heat up. That's start heating up. Now the next thing I've got is some courgette. I can get just chopped in. Had. They are currently frying up rather nicely, and then also in here I've got some onions for mushrooms, which I'm going to chop. I did see some wild mushrooms earlier, however I'm not 100% sure that they are what they think they are. I really need to read up on the wild mushrooms and foraging and shit, so really beginning to smell good. I've also got some herbs, so I've got some sage, thyme, and I think I've got some oregano. Go in, just finally chop those. A little bit of oregano leaves, which I'm just going to pull off into there. So there it all is. I'll stew that down for a little bit. And I'm going to bring you back in a minute, and when it's a bit more ready to go. There we go, I've added the water. I'm just going to let it boil up, and then I'm going to put the simmer ring on and let it simmer down for a few minutes. And in the meantime, that's my view there. Just scroll that in. That's my view there. So now I'm getting a good boil. I'm going to take it off the heat. Put it somewhere at the minute where it's just going to be a little bit straight, losing a bit of juice there, but never mind. And I'm going to put the simmering over it. So what that does is it blocks the jets off, so all that's happening is the pot is just simmering. And I'm going to stick that back on there. And then I'm going to put a wee lid on that, and I'm going to let that cook through for about another sort of 10 minutes or so before I eat it. In the meantime, I'm probably going to I'll feed the dog when I feed me, and we'll all be good. Back to my stew, and that's my stew. That's simmering really nicely, and I've got a really good colour on that. Look at that. Possibly a bit more than I can eat, but I'll give it a go. I am quite hungry. So that's the stew ready to go. That's that on there again, and now I'm just going to pop my kettle on there, and then I'm going to pour my tea when I've eaten the stew, or most of the stew. Just had a people come past with full dogs that were very food orientated, so that was fun. So yeah, I'm going to let that just cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to eat it. As I said, it was just simple, just loads of veggies and the corn mint and the corn cubes, chucked in a bowl, fried off, chucked in a bowl. The par-cooked potato, I could have got away with cooking the potatoes on the stove, but to be honest, it's actually a lot better pre-cooking them before I came out. They were just par-boiling while I was getting everything else ready, so I didn't really waste any time. So that's my food. I'm going to eat that. Let's just do a taste test, shall we, boys and girls? Oh, that is a gazillion cook. Well, that's now my kettle boiled. Put water poured on there. I like that brew for a bit. It's peppermint teas. I'm just going to snuff it now. What's important to remember when you are snuffing them is to actually use the simmer ring for the snuff, not the, and also make sure the simmer ring is completely folded over. There's my tea brewing, and that's my stew. And that's me, and that's the lock, and I will bid you adieu. Oh, rhyming. So that's me away, as you can see. I have left absolutely no trace that I was here. Also, I've not left anything with me. I'll bid the lock farewell, and I will go home, and I will catch you on the next one. So from me, and from her, it's good night, except to say, if you liked the video, if you watched to the end and you enjoy my content, there's down below, there's all my other videos, and I do various things: hill walking, a little bit of wild camping, long distance trail, and more cooking in various places across the Scottish Highlands. So hit the thumbs up, give me a like, give me subscribe as well, and above all, get out there, get a stove, any stove, picnic flask, whatever, and subscribe and go and do it.